day I'll have a better filming space, but until then, this is what we're doing. Here's the wall behind me. It's gonna have to work. So for Friday's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. My life is super insane right now that doing a vlog has not been the top of my list. But I think this is a really important video that needs to be made. I actually, with this, I'm posting a reel over on Instagram kind of along the same lines. And that's what I do when I am feeling anxious. I have major anxiety. I actually used to have anxiety. No, I used to have seizures due to anxiety. And I've been able to work through my anxiety, and I haven't had a seizure in probably 3 years now. I guess I should probably look to see when it actually was because I don't remember, which is a good thing. So I do want to kind of go through a few things that I do when I'm feeling anxious. So let's do this thing. So I would probably say my number one thing that I do is actually color. Rather that's on paper, or I have an app on my phone. Everyone knows of this app. It's called Sandbox. Guys, I'm obsessed with it, but it really does help me when I am feeling anxious, is I'll just sit there and color one of the pictures. I'll put a little screenshot of what the app looks like so you guys can see. And then I do have 2 coloring books. Let me find them. Okay, so like I said, I do have 2 coloring books that I've been working in recently. One of them I got for Christmas, and it's really, it's great. It's this one, 50 Shades of Bullshit. This one, I'm gonna, basically it's a coloring book full of swear words. Let me try and find like a tame one to show. There's no tame ones. Who am I getting? Here, I'll just show you this one. This is just like the cover. It just says 50 Shades of Bullshit, and there's like flowers, owls, and all that stuff. So this one is super fun. I got that one for Christmas, and then I got this one from Target, and it's a lot better. It's just Mindful Meditations coloring book. Here's one that I've done. Super awesome. I will link both of these in the description box below for you to go find. And then I use these markers, which I will also try and link below. But you can obviously use whatever markers you want. So that is the first thing that I do when I'm feeling anxious. It's just one of the things that I do when I'm feeling anxious. Another thing that I do is I read a book. I know, crazy. As a child, I used to actually love to read. I mean, I was a huge reader. I actually, for one of my birthdays, I saved up all of my money and my birthday money, and I went and bought a Nook just so I could read. I was an odd child. What can I say? So 2 books that I've been loving recently, and this one, literally, these 2 books have seriously just changed my entire life in multiple ways. The first one is Eat, Pray, FML, and the second one is the sequel to that, which is The Ridiculous Misadventures of a Single Girl by Gabrielle Stone. I'm out of breath from walking up the stairs. Guys, these books, I could not put them down. They're just amazing. And she also has a podcast called FML Talk, and on that podcast they talk about a lot of different mental health things as well as a bunch of other things. And within that, there's a bunch of books that have been recommended as well that I'm on my journey of reading. So you can get them off of Amazon. I will put links to her books down below, and I'll also put a link to her website. You can also order her merch, or you can get a signed copies of the books from her website. So there's that. I prefer reading digitally, but you obviously You can read however you prefer. If you'd rather listen, then you can obviously listen. But those were just 2 of my book recommendations that I have recently. Seriously, just reading the books changed my life. And then she has a Facebook community. And I joined that, and that in itself has changed my life. I've met so many amazing people from it. And anyways, enough about that. The next thing that I do that helps when I'm feeling anxious is actually go for a drive. This one I don't typically do a whole lot, just because my life is insanely busy that I don't really always have the time to go for a drive. This isn't necessarily like, oh, I'm driving from work to home. No, this is like an intentional, I'm going on a drive because I'm feeling anxious, and I actually have a certain route I take. We have a really long highway kind of road here that I'll go from like one end to the other, and that usually helps me get my mind off of things. So that was one thing that I do. Another thing that I do is I actually go over breathing exercises. When I was in high school, I was actually meeting with my counselor and a school psychologist pretty frequently, because there was a lot of stuff going on in my life around that time, and they taught me a few breathing exercises. Some of them I'm a little rough around the edges, which is why I need to work on that one a little bit more. But there's obviously is it called like the box method? Let me Google it really quick. Yeah, so box breathing, also known as 4 square breathing, involves exhaling to a count of 4, holding your lungs empty for a 4 count, inhaling at the same pace. So it's basically you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then rest for 4 seconds, and then a repeat of that. So those are definitely ones that I need to work on a little bit more, but that is something that has previously helped me in the past. Another one is seriously just taking a nap, and I feel like as adults taking a nap is kind of like a weird concept, because as children you're always like, I don't want to take a nap, I want to play, I don't want to take a nap. I love my naps 100%, especially when I'm sick like I have been. I have taken naps like no other, and it really definitely does help. It helps me relax and just rest, because a lot of it is I'm overstimulated and I'm like stressed and I'm overthinking everything. So when I take a nap, I'm able to just relax, and then when I wake up I kind of feel a lot better about different things. So that's another thing that I do. Another one that I do is take a relaxing bath. Guys, baths are my lifesaver. Not only for when I'm feeling anxious, but I also do have a messed up back, like I've talked about over on Instagram, and a couple times, no, pretty much just on Instagram. Taking baths help just a ton. I actually really want a hot tub. Not yet, obviously, but eventually I do want to purchase a hot tub, because I think that would help as well. Another thing that I do is just talking with a friend. I actually recently, as in yesterday, had to reach out to a few friends because I was feeling a little bit anxious about some things, and all I said was, look, I need to tell someone before I hold it in, because that's something that I do, is I just hold my emotions in, and then it all just kind of lets loose all at once, and I've really been trying to work on that. So I did reach out to a few friends the other day, and I just said, listen, I don't care if you respond, I don't care what you say, but I need to tell someone so I don't hold it in to myself. I think this is probably gonna be the last one that I go over. Another thing that I do is, sorry, I can't stop coughing, is actually getting ready. I know it sounds crazy, but when I get ready, I just genuinely feel better about myself. I typically don't get ready in the mornings just because I don't really have time because of work. So I typically get ready when I get home from work, or sometimes I don't even do that. But when I do feel a little bit anxious, I'll get ready. There's been times I've gotten ready at 9 o'clock at night because I'm feeling anxious, and I know it's something that helps me. Obviously, everything I've gone over isn't going to help everyone. Everyone is different. These help me, but they might not help you. I 100% understand that, but these are just things that have helped me, and I thought I would share just in case they can help you. I did reach out to some people asking for what they do when they're feeling anxious, to kind of give you just a few other ideas, and some of them said listening to music, which is one that I definitely do, listening to a podcast, going for a walk, crying is a huge one. I do that. Guys, sometimes it's really just important to let out a cry. It actually helps a lot. Another one is to journal / write it out. I'm actually really excited. I have a journal coming on Thursday. The journal is actually by Gabrielle Stone, the authors of those 2 books that I recommended, but so excited for that journal to get here and to start that. Another one said that they meditate, which is huge if you're into that. And another one kind of similar to meditating is to ground yourself. If you are curious about any of those, Google is your best friend, you guys. And not only that, but just surround yourself by positivity. That's a huge thing too. When you surround yourself with negativity, you're probably going to have some negative things going on in your life. In fact, there is a quote, not necessarily a quote, but a scenario, I guess we're gonna call it, that I want to share with you guys. Let's see if I can find it. Let me cough first. Okay, so it's kind of gonna be a little bit long, but just bear with me. You are holding a cup of coffee when someone comes along and bumps into you or shakes your arm, making you spill your coffee everywhere. Why did you spill the coffee? Well, because someone bumped into me, of course. Wrong answer. You spilled the coffee because there was coffee in your cup. Had there been tea in the cup, you would have spilled tea. Whatever is inside the cup is what will spill out. Therefore, when life comes along and shakes you, which will happen, whatever is inside you will come out. It's easy to fake it until you get rattled. So we have to ask ourselves, what's in my cup? When life gets tough, what spills over? Joy, gratefulness, peace, and humility? Or anger, bitterness, harsh words, and reactions? You choose. Today, let's work towards filling our cups with thankfulness, forgiveness, joy, words of affirmation, and kindness, gentleness, patience, and love for others and ourselves, and make 2022 great. I heard that and I was like, oh my gosh, this is seriously just absolutely amazing and so true. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys take some time for yourself. And I will see you guys on Monday. Oh my gosh, you guys, today's Friday, not Monday. No, today's Monday, not Friday. I'll see you guys on Friday for our next video. I need a break. Bye, guys.